Oklahoma land values are surging. It's creating challenges for new farmers. A rare butterfly is facing new threats and the dangers of lithium-ion batteries. We'll have details coming up on the KGOU AM News Brief for Monday, August 12th. I'm Nick Daniels. A U.S. Department of Agriculture survey shows Oklahoma land values on average continued to increase this year. OPMX's Anna Pope has more on what that means for producers and rural residents.
The value of farm real estate in Oklahoma rose about 8.5% from 2023 to 2024. Roger Saws, Associate Extension Specialist, says this is good news for established producers who already own larger amounts of land.
But those that are, say, new or beginning producers, and when you have rising land values and these high interest rates, it's essentially pricing them right out of the market.
He says it's difficult for new producers to finance because they do not have the credit background or capital to have a payment for land on top of production expenses. USDA's annual survey shows this is the fourth year in a row the value of all land and buildings for agriculture production has increased in Oklahoma. Overall, land value has also continued to go up nationwide. In Oklahoma City, I'm Anna Pope.
Oklahoma school districts are speaking out after money intended for school safety was pulled by the State Department of Education. State Impact's Beth Wallace reports the confusion is over whether schools can save the money from year to year.
Last year, the Oklahoma legislature passed a bill to provide schools with about $96,000 each year for 3 years for school safety upgrades, like bulletproof windows and school resource officers. But according to reporting from Oklahoma City news station KFOR, rollover money from last year to this year was removed from their accounts by the State Department. Superintendents told KFOR they were planning to save up the money for bigger security purchases. An archived version of OSDE's website with guidelines on the bill said districts would be able to roll over the funds, but last month that line was removed from the site. OSDE did not answer specific questions, but instead says there was no clear intent for rolling over expressed by the legislature. But lawmakers say the department is overstepping, and some call for Superintendent Ryan Walters to be held accountable. For State Impact, I'm Beth Wallace.
A rare Oklahoma butterfly is facing new threats. OPMX's Anusha Fathe-Pure reports.
U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service recommends seeking protections for the regal fritillary. The regal fritillary is a large silver-spotted orange and black butterfly. The western regal fritillary lives in the native grasslands of the Great Plains and portions of the Midwest. The butterfly can be found in 14 states, including Oklahoma. U.S. Fish and Wildlife's assessment found that while the western regal fritillary is not in immediate danger, it may be in the future. The butterfly is increasingly facing threats like habitat loss, pesticide use, invasive plants, and climate change. The service is seeking protections for the species which would prohibit anyone from harming, killing, transporting, or selling the butterflies. Public comments on U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's proposal may be submitted online or by mail during a 60-day public comment period. In Oklahoma City, I'm Anusha Fathe-Pure.
Playful dogs and household batteries proved a recipe for disaster in a recent Tulsa house fire. OPMX's Sierra Pfeiffer reports nobody was hurt this time, including the dogs, but these types of fires are becoming more common.
Many types of electronics use lithium-ion batteries, including laptops, tools, electric toothbrushes, and cell phones. But when lithium-ion batteries overheat or get damaged, they can quickly start fires. An indoor camera caught the exact moment one of these fires started. A dog was chewing on a phone battery pack, and when the dog's tooth punctured the device, it lit up in flames. Andy Little with the Tulsa Fire Department urges people to pay closer attention to how they store and use electronics with lithium batteries.
Please make sure that you keep them in a safe place where pets and children can't access them, and just treat them like a tool that could potentially be dangerous.
Little says electronics need to be properly disposed of, too. Lithium batteries have also been the culprit in recycling bin and landfill fires. I'm Sierra Pfeiffer.
You'll find more news at our website, kgou.org. We also invite you to follow the KGOU PM News Brief podcast.
New from the Embedded podcast. Female athletes have always needed grit and talent. But for decades, they've also needed a certificate.
There was chit-chat about, is that really a woman?
And even now, they're still being checked and questioned. Their story is the newest series from CBC and NPR's Embedded. It's called Tested. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.